A Braveheart View.
Hello, I'm Ellie Drake, and you're watching A Braveheart View. Hello and welcome to A Braveheart View. Ready to get inspired in only 10 minutes? Our hosts today are Rolanda Watts, actress and host of the breakthrough TV series Rolanda. Heather Tom, an Emmy-winning TV actress who's best known for her role as Victoria on The Young and the Restless, and currently as Katie Logan on The Bold and the Beautiful. I'm Ellie Drake, the founder of Braveheart Women. Our guest today has starred in many films and has had an amazing 11-season run as one of the stars of Seventh Heaven. She's here with her daughter, who has raised thousands of dollars for her project called Art for the Heart, and is now encouraging fundraising in other high schools around the country. Very nice. I'd like to welcome Catherine Hicks and her daughter, Caitlin.
Welcome.
Welcome to A Braveheart View.
Mama, you're doing something right.
Yeah.
We're proud of you, Caitlin. But what did you instill in her? I mean, she's raised thousands of dollars for the Heart Association, gotten young people her age, 17 years old, out there.
I think a little bit. She went to Catholic school, and you're always encouraged to remember the poor. And I was raised that way, and so I don't know. Maybe she saw me. I tried to help Darfur out long before anyone knew about it.
Really?
And we worked hard for years, but it was always upstaged by the tsunami or something. And I don't know. But other than that, I think it's just Katie.
Good. Well, good for
So
you.
what do you want to say?
Yes.
How did you get involved in this particular cause? Is it something that's near and dear to your heart?
Yes, actually. My grandfather passed away before I was born due to a sudden heart attack, and my little cousin had open heart surgery when he was only 2 years old.
Wow.
So heart disease has always come close to my family, and as an artist, I've always wanted to further promote Harvard Westlake's talent. You know, there's a lot of talented students. And so combining these two things, I created a charity auction that sells student artwork, and the proceeds go to the Heart Association.
Good for you.
So great.
Do you find it challenging, or is it easy to, not convince, but influence children your age, or is it, do we call you child? Teens.
Yeah,
Sorry.
18, I'm adult.
Young women your age, sorry.
Young women, that's right. Young women. Sorry, we're learning.
Sorry.
We're learning.
I'll put it on the square here.
At first, definitely, it was difficult to get the whole community together, to rally the artists, to get donations and volunteers. But everyone kind of jumped on board, and
Yes.
a lot of the time I found myself kind of running a lot of the things by myself. But that's how it goes.
That's
when
how
you're
it
doing
goes.
for
That's
you.
what women do. That's what women
exactly.
do.
Good for
Katie,
you.
I got to brag on you a little bit because your program was so successful. You raised $10,000 by selling students' art for the Heart Association. Your program was so successful that the Heart Association has asked you to do a how-to so that other students can learn how to raise money.
Well, yes, I interned at the Heart Association this summer downtown, and I was there for about 3 weeks and learned a lot. I went on different runs to meetings and represented the Heart Association at a couple of them, and
Good for you.
and then finally at the end they had a affiliates meeting just to kind of get some ideas for high school programs similar to Jump Rope for Heart, except at the high school level. So I spoke about how they can do this in their schools across the nation.
You
So-
know, I have two sons, two 8-year-old sons. They're 7 weeks apart, so I'm superwoman. but I find that, we're starting to talk a lot about projects that are bigger than us, and it really creates a close, connection. This type of collaboration, I feel, between mothers and their children is really important because we don't do that much. I mean, I didn't do that with my parents, not that much. We did talk about coming to America a lot. But, I feel like to talk about something that's bigger than you, it does.
It's a sort of a self-centered I mean, we've certainly catered to our children, but I mean, everything does come from the parents. If they teach their kids there's more than Brentwood.
You were about to hit on something there, and I don't mean to be pulling words out of your mouth, but something resonated with me when you're saying, so many times we look at your generation and say you're self-centered, it's all about you. You're disproving that myth. But what I'm also hearing is that it takes some parental input with
Yes.
your kids so they don't come across as that. I mean, maybe it's more inspiration in the home to do more.
Well, and I'm sure it also brings you all closer together as a family unit when you're doing something like this as a family unit, giving back as a family unit. I mean, I'm sure that that also plays into it.
Oh, definitely, yeah. My dad and mom both helped a lot, and we kind of grew closer when I was stressing about everything a week before the event and trying to get catering together, and we sold T-shirts that raised $3,000 of the total profit.
Good
so
for you.
My dad helped a lot too.
What was it like seeing your mom be a mom on television to other children?
And she was a mom to a lot of children. On Seventh Heaven.
I mean, I was used to it. She was on it since I was a little baby.
Yeah.
So, I kind of grew up on the set, and it was fun. I mean, I don't really. She feels guilty.
So full of guilt.
Yeah,
But like, I don't really remember. If anything, I remember just hanging out with Jessica Biel, and that's pretty great. So
I actually had a guest starring role, and I played a mom. I'm not one, but I got to play one on your show.
So, Catherine, why did you feel guilty, number one? And number two, what advice do you have for moms who have young women as their daughters?
Tricky. It's tricky.
Yeah.
I didn't get the job till Katie was 4, so I just thought, to leave her to go and parent these strangers. And I was sort of not friendly on set to these poor children. I found out later they were traumatized. It's like, I think the advice I would have is, the great irony is when I started Seventh Heaven, I was begging. I said to the producer, couldn't Annie go to night school and become a lawyer? I was sort of embarrassed. Since then, the working mom has chosen to be an at-home mom is no longer not politically correct. It is actually politically correct. So that arc happened on the show. Wow. So, there's top lawyers and doctors who are choosing to stay home to raise the children now, whereas before...
or dad can stay home.
Yeah, or dad can stay home. So my advice would be, I mean, if you can afford to be home with the kids in the first 6 years, fine.
Yeah.
But keep your skill going. Definitely keep your career as alive as you can, and then return to it part-time as they progress
So
in
let me
school.
put you on the spot, Caitlin. What is the one thing that you've learned that has inspired you or continues to inspire you about your mom's professional journey?
Well, when I was in elementary school, a lot of the moms would always be with the families and be taking care of the kids, and they'd have a lot of kids, and that was cool when I was little. I thought that was really great. But the fact that my mom worked so hard, she was up before I was up at 5, down at the set by 6, working really, really hard just as hard as my dad, and that was kind of a great model for me.
Good.
She likes you. She really, really likes you.
Fantastic.
You see the look on your mom's face? You've been redeemed.
Well, I have to say, probably that work ethic is something that you've instilled in her, which is the reason why she's doing what she's doing in high school, where most high school kids are not doing what you're doing, right? Yeah. They're out there doing things that,
Caitlin, that really sets you apart.
Yeah.
And sometimes it's not popular at your age to be set apart from the group. A lot of kids would have said, I'm leaving this charity thing behind so I can go over here and hang out.
Well, yeah, definitely. There were days in the quad when I had to be out there by myself, buy these T-shirts, come donate, and I felt like, what am I doing? I'm kind of
So what did you tell yourself to stay out there and raise $10,000?
I don't know. At the time, I thought I didn't know it to be that successful, so I just kept pushing, and I guess instinctively knew that it would turn out.
That's called tenacity.
That's called intuition as well, yes. And what's your next goal? 20,000?
Yeah, I don't know. The event's it's this Sunday, so this year's event, and I'm having the juniors at my school, 2 co-chairs run it, so I'm kind of mentoring them so that when I graduate, I can stay.
Good for you. And you're very comfortable. Isn't she comfortable in front of camera and her body? And so
I think public service in your future, for sure.
Yeah.
I don't have a daughter. But it doesn't have to be that when you have a daughter and your daughter is a teenager that there has to be some what is that called?
Tension.
Tension. Yeah, tension between
You're about to
the
kill
mother
each other.
It doesn't have to be. It doesn't have to be the case.
I think they go through a natural wanting to break away from mom to be their own woman around 13 to 15.
Yeah.
But if you've put the time in before that, it's fine, and you're I think really close in high school as they become women. Is that true? Do you like me?
Fabulous. Well, thank you so much for being here.
You.
It's a pleasure.
Thank you for
Congratulations and good for you.
Thank
Good
you.
for you. Very good.
Thank you.
Like I said, you done good, Mom. To get more information about Catherine and Caitlin, please log into your Core Inner Circle and click on Resources. Now, Core Inner Circle members, you can also access Catherine and Caitlin's exclusive video called How to Create a Winning Mother-Daughter Relationship. That's in your Core member section.
In the meantime, join us in our discussion forums after the show and share your Braveheart view.
On behalf of our fabulous guests, Catherine and Caitlin, and our hosts, Rolanda, Heather, and myself, Ellie, thank you for watching Braveheart Women TV.